Welcome to another episode of the Conscious Reconstruction Podcast. I am the host with the most, aka Tony Melbourne, aka Mr. Mirror on the Wall. Who is the prettiest of them all? Obviously, it's me. And I'm joined with the usual suspects, looking sleepy. They in spring clothes, like this shit is a joke. Like,
it is a joke. It was 75 degrees outside today.
Winter is not on its way.
I mean, it's Cleveland. Winter is always on the way. We're just inside different steps of winter being on its way.
I feel like this is why y'all be sick as like a people. Because y'all don't respect.
I don't get sick in terms of getting the flu. When I get sick, it's my stomach. It's not like...
You should get that looked at.
I mean, I know most of my problems is primarily anxiety. So it's like...
That's not it.
It's not even really a thing. In some cases, it's making bad dietary decisions. It's just like, sometimes I'll just be making a choice, and I know what the outcome of the choice is going to be, but I make the choice anyway.
All right, well, I mean, I don't do that to my body because we are a team. You eat such a limited amount of things. That's not true.
Yeah, you do.
No.
All right, no cheese.
Okay, I exist on a limited wavelength, but I eat a lot of varied things. Like I'm amenable to eating a lot of varied things. Let's just say that. Now,
okay,
do I go out of my?
I guess that's a fair thing. You're not gonna go out of your way to eat a lot of things, but it's not like you won't eat other things.
Yeah,
it's just like some of those things aren't made readily available to you.
Yeah,
like you'd probably be smashing Mexican like 9 times out of 10 if you actually had.
If I could, Mexican. Yes, but I don't. So I generally just
have to accept the fact it's just like I want some real carnitas, not this bullshit.
Yeah, so I just stay in my little box. I stay where it's cool at. I go to my little Chipotle. I go get my little not gyro, but corned beef.
Your singles from Five Guys.
Yeah, go to Five Guys. Like I do the little things that y'all got around here, but like if y'all had more like
the fact that they took away Jimmy
options that I enjoyed, like y'all will like do like y'all have like Thai places, but they like.
There's one good Thai place. It is on Chagrin and Orange.
No, and then that's the thing. It's not good. It's just better than all the other ones.
I mean,
and that's my issue. Y'all have like 4, and then this is the best of the 4, and it's like. I come from a place where there's 20 of these, and like
you could at least get 5.
And like half of these bitches is good.
Oh my goodness! Stop pounding Ash's complaints. We don't
because he knew what I was talking about. He just never said anything.
No, I just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna say that I don't eat stuff. Y'all don't have things that are good to eat, so I just opt out of doing it. And I can't have it.
As a person who lived in Jacksonville, North Carolina, we have stuff. We just don't have this.
I don't care. Don't play the. You got to be grateful where you are, Ash.
No, I'm not saying you got to be grateful for where you are.
I don't give a fuck.
It's like I've lived in the desert, so when I get to a lake, I'm cool. I don't need an ocean. I don't need an ocean. I'm cool with this lake. And for me, and because of where I live, I have pretty much all the stuff around me within easy access. So I don't really have to worry about that.
I mean, I'm pretty cool with this. Like you said, I eat what I... But it's
Could this be better? Yes.
I just recognize that I'm not... Everyone's like, let's go to a Thai place. Why? It's not good. Or y'all don't even...
I don't make those.
I hate going to a quote unquote authentic restaurant and then the people in the kitchen aren't of that nationality.
Oh, that's not. No, I don't do that. It's just like
I
don't go to a Chinese place that doesn't have like P.F. Chang's. Screw that place. Also, P.F. Chang's sucks.
It does.
Like it is literally the worst Chinese food that you can possibly get. Mall Chinese food is better than that Chinese food. Like, I don't understand you weird people. Also, I'm going to inform you guys of something else. Cheesecake Factory is just supercharged Applebee's. In terms of cost and flavor.
It's fancy Olive Garden.
I think that's giving it too much.
Not at all. Olive Garden is pretty...
mid, if that.
We sound real elitist right now. I'm going to let you know.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
no one says Applebee's or Olive Garden is good.
That's not true. The circles that we run in don't believe those places. Like, we also shit on Red Lobster. Like, who's going there?
I don't shit on Red Lobster.
You should, because it's owned by the exact same people that own Olive Garden.
I'm not really.
And Bahama Breeze. They do the exact. That's why they all have the same fucking similar as sale and marketing. It's because they're owned by the same fucking company. Because they're all on the same fucking tier of bullshit. And other people want to treat one like it's better. No. They're all the same. You get endless pasta and breadsticks at fucking, what's it called? Olive Garden. You go to fucking Red Lobster. You got your fucking cheddar biscuits, and you're getting some type of. There's something endless that they do, but it's just no. This
and Bahama Breeze is the upline.
All the same.
It's like having your
garbage.
It's like the difference between Scion, Toyota, and Lexus. It's just like, all right, Applebee's, Scion, Olive Garden, Scion, Red Lobster, Toyota, and you got Bahama Breeze. That's their Lexus. Now, is that an analogous? Is that a 1-to-1 comparison in terms of actual quality? No.
See, the way I look at it is like Olive Garden, the Toyota Camry, Red Lobster, the Toyota Corolla, or you can switch them, whichever. But they're the same fucking thing. They're in the same tier. You just got a bigger version of this. It's not better. Trust me. Everything that they put in there, they can put in this one, and they did.
You would be more so.
Just have more leg room.
I would just say that.
And I'm short.
I mean,
so I don't need that.
I have not gone to Olive Garden in God knows how long. And I never have actually stepped foot in a Red Lobster there.
Red Lobster I don't go to, and I've never taken anyone to Red Lobster. Like, I've taken dates to like seafood places, but we're gonna do something nice.
We're gonna go to a real seafood place, not this.
Nah,
I mean,
there's a real nice seafood place. Like, if you like seafood and you go to Seattle, there's a really nice place right on the water. I can't think of the name. It's a really nice spot.
No, you don't.
Right on the water, you can look out and everything like that. It's just good.
Don't mess around with.
But shit, there's a lot of spots. There's a nice little breakfast spot that's also on the water. I didn't stay there and eat because they didn't have good food. Like, on the menu, it just didn't look like.
Like, you know, the spot is nice.
Me and my date were like, this doesn't look like we'll be full. So I was like, you sure you? I was like, we can do this if you want.
We on the same page. This is nice,
but let's go somewhere else. I said, this is why I fuck with you, because it ain't about the money. Because I could blow it here, or we could go actually get full and eat food.
Like, do you want some steak tartare for $40?
Bruh, it's like avocado toast, and like they didn't have no bacon or
those be the wackest fucking menus.
No French toast, no none of the real like
a whole bunch of smoothies, didn't they?
It was like smoothies, avocado French toast. You could do like some granola, some
smoothie bowl,
quinoa. You could do like it was like you could do like eggs Benedict. I'm like no, excuse me.
First things first.
I want to leave.
What kind of hipster breakfast spot is this?
It's this little spot in Seattle. Like I said, both of these places are in Seattle.
Real hipster.
It's right on the. It's nice. Breakfast. It's right on the water. Like it's on a little wharf.
This. How is there no stuffed French toast on here?
You can go outside. You can walk out and look at the water and everything. It's nice. It's a nice vibe. Nutella, I'm not gonna lie.
Brioche bread. Like stale that up. Stuff it full of Nutella. Put some stuff. Put some cinnamon. Put some sugar on there. Put that on there.
Well, they have no. Well, so technically they have that somewhere else, but it's only desserts. It's called the Hot Cakery. It's a dessert diner that at night it becomes more of like a mature vibe spot. It's really nice. I am a big dessert diner guy. No, that's where I generally like. But they don't have breakfast, and in this
All of a
morning
sudden,
and I
they
want
do all
breakfast.
those things, but they don't have it. They don't have the bacon or the rest of it.
Yeah.
What are you people doing? Stop half-assing things.
Well, no, it's a dessert place, so you can just get all these wonderful dessert things.
What I was talking about, that was legitimate breakfast.
Oh yeah, no, they don't do breakfast. They just do dessert items.
Like, nah, bro. That's like, I'm gonna do it just like that. Like, just stuff that French toast. Yep.
How's your guys' weekend been?
It's chugging along.
Eventful. I'd like to be in my bed. I would like to be in my bed. That's all. Busy.
Busy's good sometimes.
Yeah, totes. Totarinos.
Wow. Time to actually get to the subject matter at hand. My people have already started reading this. I can see.
I got my glasses on.
I didn't read it.
Oh,
I was looking.
I was having a conversation, so I wasn't reading it. I told you, as long as y'all keep my brain distracted,
keep me entertained.
I won't go off and do other shit.
ADHD brain,
Yeah.
D brain will latch onto the first thing. It's just like, is that something I can read?
Yep. As soon as y'all get quiet and are reading it, then my brain is like, well, let me read it, and then I just
reading.
Yep. So y'all have to.
All right. AITA for telling my parents I am not going to help them out ever again, and they are on their own.
I don't. What? Are you the chaperone? What's happening?
I'm the oldest in my family. I had 2 siblings. My sister died when she was 6 months old in a SIDS death. If you don't know what SIDS means, sudden infant death syndrome. I was 5 at the time. When I was 6, they had my brother. From a young age, my brother showed concerning behavior, and over the years, it's only gotten worse. He is destructive and angry, and has been in and out of local children's hospital for psych evals, behavioral assessments since he was 4 years old. The police have been called to our house many times before to help get him under control. He has never been formally diagnosed, but he was medicated a few times to sedate him and to try to curb his outbursts. My life was on hold because of this. I was not allowed to have friends over. I was not allowed to attend birthday parties until I was old enough to walk there myself. Money was tight, and it meant sacrificing a lot. I was 9 when I was last celebrating my birthday with my family. Once I hit 9, there was nothing until I was 13 and considered old enough to do something with my friends without adult supervision. And even then, I had to ask for no gifts, because anything I had was broken by my brother. It was a nightmare. My parents would often leave me in charge so they could get a break. Then my life was hell. Once I was around 12, I was considered old enough to watch him while mom got groceries, even though I was not old enough to go hang out with my friends. By 14, it was hours at night, a few times even overnight. I was not prepared. Our house was destroyed every time, and my parents would express disappointment in my handling of things. The best period of time when I was 16 and he was placed in a residential treatment for a whole month. It was by far the best month of my life in years at this point. It was hard when he returned, no better than when he left. It felt like my life had ended. I moved out as soon as I could, and I distanced myself from my family. My parents have tried to keep in touch, but I am bitter towards them for my childhood, and they are aware. They have made excuses for why they made certain decisions. Now they need my help. My brother has gotten worse. They haven't had any kind of break in 7 months, and they want me to babysit for a few hours or a night so I can get a break. I told them no. They told me they need help, and that is when I told them that I would never help them again, and they are on their own. They told me I was being unfair. They asked me how I could do this to them. AITA.
Wait, how I could do this? Wait, excuse me. Time out. This is your kid. You had him out of your womb and from his seed. One of y'all needs to raise him.
At least a fucking 50%, parent.
Or
Y'all could opt out of this. It's just gotta like bro.
get him committed.
Right.
Because he sounds like a problem.
Right.
And either it's y'all parenting or it's him.
Bro.
But it's not going to be me. What the fuck?
The parents
ask
left.
me?
Damn.
I was 12 and you was leaving me at home.
Overnight too at 12? Damn. With this nigga?
What am I supposed to do with him? What am I supposed to do with him?
Hit him with the shot stick.
I'm going to beat him up. If
I mean,
see,
younger
this is
Tony
why
would have known exactly what to do.
This
About
is-
to play
yeah, I was
quiet
like-
game.
I was like, this is why Tony never was put in that real life situation, because the universe knew that, oh, this is going to be when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. It's going to get real bad real quick. Oh, so you not going to behave? Oh, y'all going to keep making me watch him. Bet. I'm going to handle this. Got it.
It's like y'all can't do it.
I'm not going to say nothing to y'all again, because clearly y'all don't give a fuck about leaving me here with him.
No, I'm gonna
don't
about
care.
none of us for
You
real.
now.
This is a me and you situation.
Come on, let's go. I love reindeer games, and now we play. And now we are playing. Now we're on my turf. I am going to fuck your whole little world up. And parents are gonna be like, "Well, why did you do that to him?"
He did that to himself.
I don't know.
I'm concerned.
I didn't do anything.
Ain't that right?
No, prove it. Y'all weren't here, and I don't know what he's talking about. He's a liar.
You know he's a liar. He's emotionally disturbed.
He's a liar.
I didn't power bomb him and
He's a liar.
put him through the table. He just
Yeah.
jumped through that.
I'm gonna be. You're not gonna break shit of mine. Go in mom's room and dad's room and tear shit up. I'm gonna fucking. You remember last time? You can come in here if you want to, but when you come in here and I get to give you fist, feet, and everything else that I got,
Them 15 pieces of
trust
biscuit.
me, you're gonna wish that you were in my mom's dad room just tearing shit up by yourself. Cause you could just leave me alone, and I would just let you run around and destroy the rest of the house. But you're not gonna destroy my shit, because you know what? Now I don't give a fuck about y'all stuff. I've whooped kids and then told a parent, a family member, hey, y'all, you're an ancient mother, and if y'all want me to steward them and stop them from doing the thing that y'all keep telling them not to do, I'm going to lay hands on them, because I'm not going to play this game of, hey, don't do that. Hey, Tony, go back out there and stop. No, you two adults. One of y'all's a grandparent, and the other one, this is your child. Go get them. Oh, I'm going to get them? All right, where's my belt? Did you whip my kids? Yes.
Like
Don't lay
booty
your
tag.
hands on my kids. You're a terrible
I didn't
mother.
lay hands on my fit. I laid a belt on them.
You can't hit a hoe with a belt. They like that shit.
She told I told them that they were bad parents. I said, you're a bad parent. And then I left the house and called my mother and said, hey, this is what happened. I whipped my cousins because they kept playing in the water, and grandma and her kept making me go out there.
Ain't that crazy? They didn't want you to be a parent.
So
Playing in the water.
I whooped them. They got mad. I told her she wasn't a good mother, and I'm going to my friend's house.
I'm opting out of this situation.
Yeah, and now I'm leaving, and you know what? I'm not watching them because these are your kids. I'm leaving, actually. How about this? I'm leaving, but that's also why I don't understand where people are like, oh, but those are my kid siblings. And I'm like, yeah, Tony got cousins. He'd just be like, you know what? I'm going to leave.
Like now you
Because these
sitting
are
up.
your responsibilities.
I'm doing your
Right.
job, and you gonna scold me about how I'm doing your job?
Yeah,
Unacceptable.
absolutely. Like, yeah, he said, hey, they would come home and be upset about how I handled the situation. Bitch, I'm 12. What was that? I don't.
You lucky this motherfucker still
I
alive.
don't even have a rationale of what I'm doing. I don't really know how to feed myself
I
on a
would have
consistent
hung that
basis
kid upside down by
and
his
survive.
feet, then dangled him by.
I haven't washed clothes in 6 months if you leave me here by myself. Clothes are gonna be dirty. I'm not gonna know how to clean them. I'm gonna be real smelly. I'm gonna take showers, but not washing none of the clothes. So then I'm gonna run out of clothes. Then I'm not gonna know what to do.
I'm gonna start wearing your.
Then I'm gonna try to wash the clothes in the fucking sink in the washer, and that's gonna be a terrible fucking decision.
Bro.
Cause I'm not gonna know what the fuck I'm doing, cause I don't know how to use the washing machine, or I'm gonna fuck the washing machine up, cause I'm 12. But this is who y'all put in charge of a child, and said,
I'm
you
just
know
gonna Put
what?
that shit through with just.
Hold this.
I'm gonna put this stuff through with just detergent. no fabric softener, and I'm just gonna be running around staticky as fuck.
No, fuck that. I'm not going to use detergent at all.
What,
I'm just gonna have it on. I'm not going to use none of it. I'm not going to know what to put in it. I'm just going to.
This whole privileged
Or I'm
ass
gonna pour
problem
the
that you got.
entire bottle of it in there.
Daddy, what, y'all don't have fabric softener?
That sounds like such a privilege though. Like this nigga said, no, I don't know how to have good hygiene. You're just like, I do, but I'll just be staticky.
Oh no! At that point, I mean,
That's fucking funny to me.
when I was 12, I mean, I knew how to wash things because my mother was very specific about the way she raised me and my sister, and for the most part, we knew how to do everything that was core to a household probably before I was 13. Like, I could wash clothes. I didn't have to wash clothes, but I could because I knew what to do. I knew to separate my shit out. I knew not to put bleach on anything but whites. I don't put bleach on anything nowadays because why? And like I just knew all the core things that I needed to do because I didn't realize how she drip fed all this stuff to me until I went someplace else. And then in college, it's just like I don't know how to wash clothes. How do you know how to wash clothes?
No,
You separate
yeah.
the colors, you put some detergent in the thing, and then you put the clothes in the thing, and then you run that bitch. That's all it is, and then you put it in a dryer. And if you use dryer sheets,
What grade are you at 12?
what?
What grade are you in at 12?
6.
Wait, at 12 years old.
Yeah.
You're 6? Okay, I'm not trying to hear shit about washing clothes.
I mean, I can understand it. There was also a lot of responsibility shifted onto me at 12 that I probably shouldn't have had.
Oh, okay,
I knew how
'cause,
to-
yeah, I was like,
I mean, I was basically cleaning the entire house by myself at 12.
Oh,
I know
no.
how to do everything.
No. I
But
had a
that's why I was
childhood.
treated like a little Hebrew slave.
Oh no, Tony had a childhood. That shit with my
Little
cousins
Hebrew
only
slave.
happened when
Little Hebrew.
my auntie decided to go get herself 3 children and wanted to play like dress up with them.
That's it. That's what she did.
You be
I mean, that's what parents be.
a little mini me and look cute and everything like that, but the actual like
Parenting part.
here you stay with grandma and grandpa all day.
And I really know how to wash. She said something slick to me, and I was like, "Oh, it's time for you to wash your own clothes now." I get it. Come on, we going down there. She
When
said,
you
"I don't even remember what the fuck she said." All I
When
know
you-
is I'm like,
when
"I'm
you
not
start
washing your
getting too
fucking clothes."
slick, that means you're smart enough to start
Yeah,
doing
you
stuff.
start building up attitudes and shit like that. Like, oh, okay,
When you get smart, you get to do smart people things.
you can wash this.
Yeah, you're smart enough to understand this, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being smart, mommy. Oh,
Yeah,
you should keep that mouth to yourself then.
but Riley, I know she hate when she go over other grandparents' house and they do that shit because it's all kids over there. And you know, watch her while you do this, watch her while I do that. And she was like, I be trying to tell them to stop, but they don't listen. Then they get mad at me. And I'm like, well, you could also not do it, Riley.
Like, what are these little watch these little cretins.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm fucking whatever, and I'm
I
not doing
I don't know
it.
how to pay attention to children. I'm an only child. It's
Exactly.
literally, I pay attention to me.
Yeah, she's
Fuck your kids.
she was looking at me like, where are you going again? I'm like, we gotta record an extra episode. She just looked at me like, you're supposed to be here. Why are you not here? I'm like, I'm sorry. I promise this is gonna work out. But that's the level of entitlement she has over my time.
I own
She don't
you,
even be
woman.
like with me. Just she be across the hall
I
in
need
her
you
room.
to be here.
Yeah, but she like to come and check on me every once in a while. Hey, mom, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then go back to her.
Yeah,
where
no,
she
I
is.
hate it when my mother would leave.
I need
I don't
to be able
necessarily
to.
want to spend time with you in that way, but I need you to be here.
I
Yeah,
need to be able to
'Cause
engage you.
you're
when I
my
wanna
mom.
engage.
right. That's only fair.
And
I get
I'm
it.
the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're mine. Where are you going?
Yeah, this has been 11 solid years. Think
I'm
about
gonna
it.
call you and figure out where you're at. I don't care that you're at work. Answer the phone.
What she called me today?
I used to call my mother all the time.
She's like,
I'm at
Mom,
work. Okay.
look, Corey Kitchen released some merch. I'm like,
Is it weird that it seems like when you have an only children are more codependent than not only children are? Like,
It's not codependent. It's just all the
Well,
stuff
you
that
know.
y'all share with your siblings, we share with our parent.
yeah,
Yeah.
but at some point, Like at 12, I just didn't do that with my sister. So it's just like there was literally just like I became more of an isolated island.
But you still had relative peers, right? That you could kind of go to or no?
Not really. Like when I was graduating 6th grade, my sister went off to the military, and my
Okay.
mother was in college. My dad was running his business, so it was just kind of like I'm in here. My mother's at class. My dad's at work. My sister's learning how to kill brown people for white people.
I guess
Well,
with
I would
Riley,
say-
I be at the park like on slides and shit with this motherfucker.
Nah, I never had. My
Yeah.
parents never did that shit with me.
I did
Your
that.
family structure wasn't set up how a only child's family structure is set up,
Right.
especially from a single parent only child family structure.
Yeah.
Like when it gets to like single parent multiple kids, then it's a little more similar to yours, where it's like, all right, you might be left alone because I'm working, I got shit to do. But when it's just like the one-on-one, it's like I can kind of handle like working, holding it down, and giving you a lot of my just free time. So we're gonna go spend random times on the weekend or throughout the week and go. Like my mother used to just be up at the mall at Pokemon tournaments, just sitting there chilling. Like that was like her weekends. Like, so for me, it's just like the person that would take me and go do the thing is her. So hey, where are you at? I may need you.
I need an option. Yeah,
Mommy.
Yeah, Ma.
I might need you there for the handoff.
Yeah. So no, it's not like we are really super dependent on them. It's just like for the way that our lives have been set up, it's like we're their only real priority. Where your mom was like, all right, it's him and his sister, and also school.
So it means it's not necessarily that I'm used to not being the only priority. So that means when priorities shift in other places, it's not so peculiar.
Yeah, for us, it's like, hey,
And you probably did a lot like with my parents, like, oh, I'm okay. You probably did that, and then they took you up on your offer, nigga. Like, because my younger brother wasn't like that. My younger brother needed a fair decent amount, so I can't say it's a baby thing. I think I showed a lot of like hyper independence, and then they just kind of follow suit with
I mean, I
that.
got my video games,
Yeah.
and then there was just certain things my imagination was like on rampant as a 12-year-old.
Right, so you just be in your room quiet,
It's
right?
just like, what are you talking about? I made my entire own universe in my head.
Yeah, that's how it
came
was
up
with
with
me.
a power system and everything.
Yeah, and I'm the middle kid, so that
Idiot.
on top of like being the middle kid, because I was just always in my room listening to music, daydreaming. I had cable in there because that's what I wanted for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't really get cable until I was. When did I get cable? I didn't get cable until I was like
Also,
in high school.
as an only child, we do the whole super like imaginative thing and everything like that and creative. But then just imagine having someone that you can go share this with that's going to be immediately super validating of it.
no matter
Yeah,
what it is.
I don't need the validation.
But no.
I just need it all to be in my head.
Oh, it would be all in our head, but you would also there's never like a detractor for this. It's always just
that's fucking amazing.
That's great. So it's just like, why am I not gonna go share it? Because I know that what I'm going to get from this is that's fucking amazing. It's a great thing. It feels nice. As an only child, I get what Riley is doing and say, hey, don't leave the house no more when you're not supposed to. I know what your work schedule is. So when you're not
And it's
here,
whatever you want it to be.
no.
Stop playing this game.
No. That's why she said no. It's not. You have created a pattern. Don't deviate from said pattern. Cause I'm gonna ask questions. Where the fuck is you going?
Yeah. Who?
When you get home?
Who's the parent in this
I will call
relationship?
me.
How much longer do I?
That means you need to be taking me to the Pokemon tournaments, not the other way around.
Listen.
Kid.
No. Still take me to these tournaments, but go ahead.
All right, news story. AITA for not paying for my daughter's wedding because she invited my brother and his family. This is going to be interesting. When I was 20, my then girlfriend cheated on me with my brother. I was heartbroken and pissed. I told him that he is no longer my brother despite my request. My family didn't cut him off, and I told him that I will never again be in the same place that he is. If they wish to invite us to invite both, then they suggest invite him, as I'm the one giving the ultimatum. My daughter is getting married spring of next year. In our culture, both parents are paying for the wedding 50-50. Unexpectedly, my daughter sat me down and told me that she will be inviting my brother and his family. He married my cheating ex. Apparently, she was seeing him for the last 4 years and built a relationship with him behind my back. She wants her cousin to be some kind of flower girl. I was pissed. I told her what my boundaries are, and if my brother's invited, then I will not pay for my part of the wedding. She became angry and told me it's time to let go of the past. I told her it's not her call to make. We argued some more. She told me that I am making her wedding about myself. I told her that I will probably not even attend, so
Nope,
it will be about her. She left crying.
Yeah.
My ex called me screaming and told me that I'm a huge a-hole, and our daughter is crushed. Then my parents called me and said the same thing. I told them off, and now I'm ignoring their calls. My GF told me to reconsider and apologize, but that by not paying and not attending, I will break the relationship with my daughter. I don't know. I think boundaries should be respected. Am I the asshole for that? Like, first things first. By the way this ended, he has no intention of going.
Oh my goodness.
He is asking a question about boundaries. He is not asking about whether or not he is the asshole for not attending. This man has no intent on actually stepping foot in that
I'm not
place.
going.
Oh, I wouldn't go either. Fuck them.
He's not the asshole.
Like,
I support.
you're supposed, first things first,
Danny, what did
I
people
helped
say?
to create you.
Wait, go back there and see what people said.
Oh, you want to know what? Yo, what the fuck is happening already? Not the asshole, man, all the way. This is one of those stories where your daughter has decided that she's willing to alienate you for someone that betrayed your trust. It doesn't matter if it was 20 years
At
ago.
all.
It only matters that it happened, which thereby means she betrayed your trust. If she wants him there, so he can pay the half. Also, that she has a relationship. It's okay that she wants her cousin in it. It's not okay that she wants for you to pay half for her wedding, so a person that truly hurt you can participate in it as well. While I'm fully supporting that you stand your ground, just remember that if you stand here, you will miss out on our potential kids, b-day parties, and other family events because your family
that's kind of iffy.
cut you off. If you're okay with that, do so.
Get it.
For a bitch, though?
I'm out of here.
I don't even care how long it is. You right. Can't nobody tell you to get it over anything.
No, I'm not getting over that.
It's
Fuck
not
you.
for a bitch. It's because you niggas don't have any symbols. My brother clearly don't give a fuck about me.
Mm-hmm.
You fucked the chick that I was dating.
That is a
What
fundamental
kind of-
violation.
I'm an
of-
only child. So you niggas with siblings got to explain to me, is that...
No, that's a fundamental betrayal.
I'm glad I was the only girl because I ain't never heard no shit like that happen between my brothers.
Nah.
Because that's a fundamental betrayal.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a fundamental betrayal of
Shit,
a
you can
sibling
ask your brother,
relationship.
hey, what if our other brother fucked one of your girlfriends and then married her?
We fighting.
That's fucked up.
We are fighting.
And then married her. So the bitch that cheated on me,
Right. Liked you better?
And then y'all out here
And then
telling
y'all
me to get over it.
why she's consistently in my face?
She probably gonna come up to you and try to shake you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, being on.
Why'd you smack the shit out of her? Like, honestly, I'm trying to actually preserve
Hey,
your
John.
wedding. Because would me smacking the shit out of both of them actually be useful? Would that make your wedding better?
No, I don't need to be here.
I'm not saying
helping
he's not
you.
the asshole. I clearly understand, but she gotta have her daddy at the wedding. Could you compromise? Like,
No.
or you ain't gotta
No.
pay. Could you be here though?
No, he can't come. he can't come.
He can't come.
As men,
I told
we
you.
don't like it when our friends.
If you need your daddy at the wedding, then you need to tell your uncle he can't come.
Oh, okay.
Or
you can walk
you
down
need your uncle there, right? Then have him there, and I'll see y'all.
I'll see y'all later.
It ain't gotta be about me. I hate when people say, "Oh, you're making this about you because you decide not to do something." No. What I'm doing is opting out of a situation, and I have that right. I can choose not to engage with this and no longer be involved. Say, hey, I don't want to do this. That's not me making this about me, because I'm not giving you an ultimatum. I'm not saying, hey, either I'm going to not do this, or you change that. No. So you made that decision. I respect
Or
it.
hell, at the end of the day,
I feel these ways about that, so I'm no longer doing this.
you're making my situation
Period.
about you.
You do whatever you want to do from that point on.
Love there.
If you want to change how you want to change, that is also up to you. I know if you got me fucked up.
Man. But I hope he pays for your part of the wedding, for real.
Yeah, that uncle definitely should, since you invited him.
You're the auspices of this happening.
I agree. He's not the asshole, especially if you told her not to invite him. Then all right, you gotta decide who's more important to be here, Papa or Uncle.
You
And
got a
this
choice
bitch
to make.
really is not choosing her Papa.
Yeah.
That's
It's like-
that right there is crazy. That is crazy.
And you want
definitely.
me to pay.
All that other stuff, that's
And you
between
still
y'all.
want me to pay.
You chose this dude over me.
Yeah, okay.
That's my daughter.
That's
you know,
what I'm just
you know what's
I
up.
raised you.
You know what's up. You know how I feel about them.
I gave you
I do
life.
not look with them.
And you sitting up here looking at me like, but my uncle is more important. Fuck that dude.
That's crazy. I'm glad my brothers did get a tit for tat for something, and it was small because one of
You
his
don't
friends
get
made a
tit.
joke.
That's not a tit for tat.
Not
That's
tit for
like,
tat. That's just a word I just said.
I understand that, but it's just like that's like starting with a nuclear. That's like starting the nuclear.
No, I just forgot about a situation where one of my brother's friends made a joke about my brother's baby mom and involved my brother in the joke. And my brother did not talk to my older brother for months. For months after this. Like, he was like, man, I don't play about that shit. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
all
I
right
wouldn't
then.
either.
Yeah, no. I remember that.
That ain't no
vividly.
game. We don't. There are certain boundaries. Don't. Fuck. Who do you think? I'll lay hands on you. Related, not related. There's just certain lines. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So I understand.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, but no, fuck her. Like I love you still, but you were actively choosing that dude over me. Leave me alone. AITA for refusing to watch my sister-in-law's child, even though she had a meltdown. I, 33F, have a daughter. 5F, my sister-in-law, long-term partner of my stepbrother Jake. Tina, 34, has a daughter. Cassie, also 5 from the previous relationship. Every summer for the past few years, me, my step siblings, and our partners have visited our parents at the holiday retreat that they run from anywhere between 4 to 7 weeks. This past summer, I was there for 6 weeks, and Jake and Tina were there for 4. My husband was there for 3 weeks, on and off, due to work commitments, and brought the nanny. During the 3rd week, Jake and Tina were there. My husband and I decided to take my daughter on a day trip, and as the nanny had the day off, we were going a little stir crazy. We told everyone at breakfast, and afterwards, when it was just the women at the table finishing our tea, Tina asked if we could take Cassie with us on our day out. I was very confused as to why Tina would ask this, as I have barely any interactions with Cassie. I find some of her behavior very off-putting. I don't have a natural inclination towards children. And second, Tina and I don't know each other well enough that I'd ever consider asking her to do such a favor. I said no. It was just a family day out for the 3 of us, and and presumed that would be the end of it. But Tina insisted. She begged for me to take Cassie and said she hasn't had a break the whole summer. She's overwhelmed and would like to spend some time with Jake. I said no again. Tina asked me if the nanny could watch Cassie for a few hours, but I told her it's the nanny's day off. Tina just started to get tearful, saying that she thought that as a fellow mother that I would understand needing a break since I have someone employed for that very purpose. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just said goodbye to my mother and started to leave. And as I did, Tina burst into tears. My mother told me that she would go and she would calm Tina down. When I came back later that evening, Tina was not at dinner. My parents and Jake were babysitting Cassie. My mother said that she reached a compromise with Tina and that they would watch Cassie for the evening so Tina could rest. They can't during the day. They are still actively running the retreat. The next day, Tina reappeared and everything was back to normal, though she noticeably colder towards me, but that didn't bother me. A few days ago, we were discussing all getting together for Christmas in a group chat. Tina said she was really looking forward to it, but she hopes that we could all be a bit more accommodating with kids that that it takes a village.
I pay for a nanny, bitch.
I just replied that it wouldn't be needing any accommodation.
I'm sorry, I finished reading.
Thanks.
And I got mad.
See?
Thanks, and the conversation moved on. My mother says that she understands why I said no, seeing that the state that Tina was in a meltdown. She had after our life. She would have said yes. She said, I don't understand how, though. Is it because I have so much help? So, AITA. This is a weird situation. Ash, how do you feel about this? Like, when you ask some random woman that you barely know to watch your child, I feel like that answer for you is probably a no.
Nope. I understand. I guess you get overwhelmed, but what is wrong with these parents? Every time they get overwhelmed, they just need to leave their children. Just outright, just be like, bye, all the time. Like, I get it. But all the time? Like, every moment you get? Yeah.
Can you take Cassie? I don't know this child.
Every
Also,
moment you get, you trying to drop
family.
this little nigga off. Why did you become a parent?
How do I have more help? You got a husband. It don't sound like you a single mother.
She has a long-term life partner.
Y'all together.
That's the words for people who don't
And
want to
probably living in what I know is y'all together, y'all live in the same household.
Right.
And I know what I call you? My sister-in-law.
So,
some type of long-standing commitment is there.
long enough for you to be called.
I have no understanding. Do you mean the fact that I have a nanny? I pay for that.
And it's the nanny's day off.
No. I'm talking about this bitch-ass mother talking about you don't understand because you just got so much help. What help do I have inside of this family that you don't have?
Right.
Are y'all not willing to help her like y'all are willing to help me? Because that seems like that would be a grandparent issue between the way that y'all feel about them.
Well,
if that's not the case, then are her parents unwilling to help her? Unlike the way that my husband's parents are willing to help me, then that seems like a parental issue that she has with her parents. I don't understand where the fuck this comes in on me, outside of me buying the services of a nanny, which you could also fucking do.
Well, I also kind of read from this situation that she probably can't afford a nanny.
I don't give a fuck.
Her husband might be a skosh more affluent.
You know what you could afford? A babysitter. You know what babysitters do?
Babysit.
Yeah. And you know when they're cheaper? During the day.
I mean, I don't understand how you just. It's just like what you ended up doing is you went off and you took a power nap and you were fine the next day. So it's just like
hire a babysitter. Don't put your kid on. You can't afford a babysitter?
Jake just
No.
wanted
My
to
thing
take
is,
me to power
what she
nap
said
and
is,
you wouldn't watch my
we
kids.
routinely spend 4 to 7 weeks at our parents' retreat. If you niggas can spend 4 weeks, that's a month.
You got money.
Y'all have enough fucking money to get this goddamn nanny, or your priorities are fucked up and you need to go back to work.
Well, I guess that's true because like nobody can just be affording. Like, geez, I wish I could just afford to take 7 weeks of vacation off. It's on the middle of the fucking year when you don't really.
Right, 'cause
Yeah,
that
so I'm saying,
sound
like,
like
let's
a
not
planned
let's not
thing.
talk about them being poor. Maybe she doesn't make as much money as her sister, but she still took 4 weeks off.
Right.
Like that's
And that's
long...
nothing that you spring up a month ahead of time.
Yeah,
You knew
listen,
this
yeah.
shit was coming a
We
year in advance at
consistently do
least.
this. We do this all the time. We're gonna
Right.
take months off during the summer and go
Every
here.
year.
Every year, 4 to 7 weeks.
I mean, I know
Almost
there's some kid who
A
works
month
at this
to
resort
2 months. There's like
that you can be like, yo, you want to make $35 real quick, watch this kid for the day while we go scootily poop inside the room. It's just like,
keep him in the lobby. Keep her in the lobby.
go make mud pies, kid.
Or what you could do, if you're an entrepreneur and you got a little gumption, find you someone who has a license to like watch kids and things like that, and convince the parent to start a small children's daytime daycare, so when parents come to the retreat, they can drop them little badass kids off here, pay a little extra fee for that, y'all make a little money, and you throw your little child there too.
Look at Tony creating this like, I got a
Solutions.
job and a solution.
Yep.
And the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Joblution.
Yeah. Here you go.
I'm solving your problem by giving you the money, and you know what? That thing will probably make enough money to the point where you know what you can get.
Yes, because I don't know why you don't have one right now when you're taking 4 weeks off in the summer. Just like, hey, I'm good. You don't sound like you didn't say you were a teacher, so you didn't just have the 4 weeks off.
Right.
No, you got a long-term life partner. That's one of those things where it's just like, damn, it sounds like you probably getting some money from your, because this child is technically not related to anyone who is there.
Exactly.
And that is her stepbrother. So it sounds like their parents remarried and he had a kid, they already had a kid, and then your stepbrother married someone or got into a relationship with someone who divorced somebody else, and that money is probably contingent on that divorce. I am filling things in here, but like, this is the way I read this situation. You call her your sister-in-law, but long-term life partner. I mean, that sounds like some type of, like, that sounds like something that you would call, like,
I don't want to get married. Marriage is just
well,
a piece
no,
of paper.
it just sounds,
Shut
you
up.
know what it sounds like. What gay people would call their significant other inside of, like, the
Yeah.
80s or 70s. It's just like, this is my long-term life partner, Jeff.
Right.
It's just like, what do you mean? Your husband. I can't say that or else I'm gonna get jumped. Long-term life partner it is. Or it's the polite way of putting it when you're inside of your black at your black family reunion.
Yeah.
You can't call him husband because grandma's gonna wig out and start throwing Bibles at you.
I already know my uncle be doing that shit. I think he got married once and was like, never again. And he got, I don't remember his name, but
You never trapping me in that one.
this nigga
Jokes
will
on
not
you.
marry this
Depending
bitch,
upon
and
where
she
you are,
will
you
not
might
leave.
get common law
So
married.
I wonder if those girls ever feel like, well, I'm his wife. Are you? Maybe.
Well, about the fact that
Whatever
you
you'd
said
like to call
those
yourself.
girls.
They
I don't
do.
feel like any of them should have ever felt that secure inside of that title. It's just like
How the fuck you call
you've
me?
already
Man,
abdicated.
what?
You've already abdicated a few from that throne. So, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing of being a wife at this point in our lives. So, it's not like being a wife gives you any kind of real protection or anything like that. But Jesus Christ, you need to chill the fuck out. AITA for tipping and embarrassed my boomer father-in-law. I worked as a server in a university, and my daughter worked at Starbucks and a local restaurant when she was in school. I know how servers earn their money. My father-in-law invited us out for supper for my mother-in-law's birthday. He went to a nice grease restaurant in his neighborhood. The meal was fantastic. My father-in-law said it was on him. Cool. My kids were well behaved, and No, not going crazy on the grandparents' money. I have my in-laws for. I've known my in-laws for almost 20 years. I know he doesn't tip, so I always bring cash and tip whenever we dine out with them. So after the meal, we were leaving. I checked the bill, dropped 20% on top of his cash, more or less. I guess I accidentally left too much money once it made a big deal about it getting his change because the server never came running out with the tip I left. My father-in-law knew how he paid, and it didn't include a $50 bill. He blew his top, saying I disrespected him by doing this and implying that he was cheap after he took my family out to a nice restaurant. I was just trying to do the right by the server. I wasn't trying to be a hero or a jerk. I just know we took up a table for almost 2 hours and she deserved a tip. My wife was mad for upsetting your father. My daughter gave me a hug and said I was right. AITA.
Perfect.
Edit. I'm in Canada. Apparently this is a normal thing in the States. So is he the asshole?
Is tipping not normal in Canada, is he saying?
Oh, apparently. Well, not. I don't know. I don't
Well, no,
think
if
it's
he
not.
tipping, so he know about tipping. Like, if
Well, he
you go
said,
to,
I'm in Canada. Apparently, this is a normal thing in the States. What's the normal thing?
well, he know about tipping though.
I don't care what you know about. What does he say is normal in their culture? Because regardless, if you know about tipping, but the
seemed
normal
like-
thing is to not tip,
I
then
don't think it's.
don't tip.
No,
I don't think it's a normal thing to not tip there.
Yeah.
So is he saying it's a normal thing to not tip
I
here?
think it's a normal thing
To
not
tip.
to not tip in the States. Just people who don't tip is a lot more common in the States than in Canada.
But
I don't
tipping is
think-
still a thing though.
Yeah, tipping is a thing out here.
And tipping is a thing in Canada, clearly.
Tipping is a thing, but people just don't. There are people who just kind of opt out and don't do it here.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's saying that's a lot more common here.
I think he's wrong.
Why?
Mind your fucking business.
Right. I think so too. Cause like you coming in and putting extra money on top of me is definitely saying that you are wrong. Like you're saying like I have a character flaw that you don't agree with. And you trying to come in and be Captain Save-A-Ho with all these goddamn waiters. Like I ain't really got nothing to concern me with. Tipping is not like legal. You don't have to do that. I understand it's polite to do it, and you might feel people don't tip are assholes and being a server is so hard. That's okay. That is a personal opinion. But him coming behind him and putting extra money on top of there, I can see why the father would be mad. He just don't believe in giving you extra money after he just gave you money. I get that.
No, you didn't give me any money. You gave this place buddy.
And they pay you.
They pay me $3.15 an hour.
So what? They used to got, you could also do not have a job. You could also get paid nothing. That is not my responsibility. I understand why people don't tip. I get that. But you coming behind me and throwing extra money on top of it, it's also implying that you think that I am just a not okay human.
I mean, yeah.
While I don't agree.
But he could also be a not okay human.
I don't know.
For not tipping. See what you see what I'm saying? That right there lets me know that you're just like, yeah, you
I
should have
don't
done that.
agree with
Get out of
not
here.
tipping as a universal rule. I don't think that's acceptable. I am very much merit based on my tipping, though. I'm not I will tip universally either. If you do a good job, then you'll get a tip. If you don't, I'm going to scratch this out and write it in big bold letters the exact amount.
Yeah, everybody don't get my tip money.
Type of dude, like
Yeah, no, your range can hit 0 though.
it would take. I mean, I've had service where range has hit 0, so it's not like it's impossible.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like no.
But it's
You
like
could just
you gotta really fucking suck.
yeah,
It's
but if
just
you
like-
do, I'm not tipping you.
and I understand like, oh, the kitchen sometimes the like you can't bring me food if the kitchen don't bring you food. I get that, but sometimes like I think we went to BJ's one time, and I'm sitting there looking at our food, just sitting there. And it's just like it's right there, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there. I know that's ours. It's like we both got the same thing. Why are we sitting here waiting for these burgers for 30 minutes when I know they're right there? Excuse me, how's our food? I forgot you were here.
Yeah, no, you don't deserve a tip. That you get no fucking tip.
But for the
Or
most part, you at the very least get 10% or 15%, 10% if you suck. And
No, if you suck, you're not getting shit. If you
Like-
did okay, I'm not gonna pay you fucking 15% for your okays, nonchalant ass. Get the fuck out of my face. But if you were exceptional, like these, me and my brother went to Worcester and we went to this Mexican restaurant. This nigga was exceptional.
So what's your exceptional tip?
I know my brother paid the tip. I ain't paying shit. But I was like, cause my brother working, he a kitchen supervisor at a restaurant, so he always over tipping. He always giving bitch, no matter what it is. He always giving people good tips. He's
I mean,
a good tipper.
But the thing is, one, I know I don't like the overall structure of restaurants and the way they function here at Nauseam. Mm-hmm. And every single restaurant that I've gone to that has gone to profit sharing and moved away from tips, the service has been unilaterally better. Mm-hmm. Because one, nobody's responsible for any particular tables. Everyone's responsible for everything, and thus you get better service because you can literally say, "Hey, I need a drink," to anyone, and they will just go get you a drink. They won't be like, "This isn't my table."
Yeah, no, I
No, they
agree.
just wouldn't got me a drink. Everyone wouldn't got me bread.
Could also stop having servers, and I'm okay with getting my own food, so I ain't gotta pay no goofy ass tip. But I tip, but begrudgingly. Like, what the fuck do I got to give you extra money on
I
top
don't
of
mind
this?
tipping.
No, I do. This
I
is
mean,
dumb.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Tipping
I
is
would
stupid to
prefer
me.
that we went away from a tipping system and the people just paid them.
Like
What?
like for me, like at my diner, my normal breakfast cost me about $14.
Mm-hmm.
I tip $10 every single time at least.
Right.
Like I'm going to give you damn near 100% of what I'm spending here, because it's not a lot of money. And you know what? I like y'all.
That's
Y'all
different.
know my name. Y'all speak to me. But no, for me, it's just service.
Right.
If someone gives me amazing service, I don't mind tipping well.
You're right.
If you give me shitty service, I don't mind not giving you a tip.
But then okay service just be like, well, you just kind of showed up and this wasn't
Then you
really
get average.
this isn't really
You put in a
exceptional.
signal.
I'm still
It's-
giving it to you. But also,
I'm getting about 15%.
why are you mad that you
Maybe.
didn't get extra money? Shut the fuck up. That shit
Well, it's
pisses
not
me the
really-
fuck
well,
off.
It's not necessarily. That's the thing. It's just like the wage of a server is based off.
I
of
don't
tips.
care what your wage
It's extra,
is.
and it wouldn't be extra if the restaurants included 15% gratuity.
Right.
If all restaurants cared about their servers getting tips, then they would initially include the 15% gratuity and just allow anyone to tip over that. But they
Yes,
don't.
I mean that's quintessentially what every single decent restaurant that I know does. But they're trying to avoid. It's pretty much just a way of like, it's just a overall shitty setup.
It sure is.
And
Your
because they
entitlement to my
ultimately-
money is
they're-
weird.
They're keeping their amount of money that they have coming in down, because at that point they have to pay taxes on the money that they get paid from the gratuity. So it's just like, we don't want to do that if at all possible, because then we got to pay taxes on this money that that was completely and totally intended to just go to you. So why don't they just give it directly to you, and then you don't have to pay taxes on it? But then the restaurant wants you to pay taxes on it because they want you to declare what your tips are at the end of the thing. And I know some people who gotten banked from tips, but I also know people who also get screwed. Like male servers, depending upon where they work, they can either get like really well, or they get shafted in comparison to the women, where women kind of do okay all over. But it's also like waiting is such a fucking, it's a crapshoot. I would.
It is, but I also don't feel bad at you that you chose this job. That's what you chose, sir, or ma'am, madam. Well, you depending on my extra money. I don't know when the fuck that started, but I can't wait for the day that it ends, so everybody's not mad that they didn't get the extra
everyone
cash.
we should just get, like, there are places that want to abolish this entire setup.
I would hope so. I hope it go through
Like,
right with daylight savings time. I hope it all
It's
just
just like,
ends.
yo, you just
right
gotta
at the
pay
same
everybody.
time.
You just gotta pay everybody standard. Like, you gotta pay everybody minimum wage. Period.
Exactly.
It's just like, well, minimum wage for servers. No, minimum wage is just minimum wage, and just fuck it. Well, that's gonna make the restaurant business, like, things more expensive. I mean, they don't have to be more expensive, but they're gonna make their stuff more expensive because they want to continue to make the amount of money that they want to make. And then when that changes, people are just being jerks. But anyway, let me find an interesting one here. Oh, this is just weird. All right, this is actually not an AITA. This is a /R entitled People. This is just a story. Although life hack got turned upside down. Sister-in-law believes I should pay for her honeymoon.
Sister-in-law?
Yes, SIL. My husband's youngest brother, Jim, recently married in June to his girlfriend of 6 years, Kathy. They had a long engagement of 2 years as there was a 16-year gap, and my in-laws were worried about Kathy's lack of maturity. I have been with my husband, Tim, for 14 years. We have 2 kids, a 13-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl. Both kids love Kathy and Jim. Once they became engaged, I offered to help them with whatever for the wedding out of kindness. I was thinking more of a formality with helping them with DIY projects, etc. As Kathy and Jim would have a low budget for the wedding, I figured maybe my husband and I could give them something nice for their house. She and my mother-in-law called me in May and asked for my son, my daughter, and my husband to be in the wedding party. No big deal, except for they have to wear a specific color. I was irritated as to getting this color from David's Bridal was going to be expensive. Thankfully, I found a flower girl dress from Amazon that was almost the same color. The ties were exclusive from the DB, so we paid $30 extra to get them in 5 weeks. On the call, she mentioned my husband and I on the call, she also mentions for my husband and I to pay for their honeymoon as we could easily afford it. And we wouldn't have to get them another gift. So naturally I asked, where do you plan on going for your honeymoon? She says, Sandals Resort. Now I heard of these, seen commercials, and in my gut, I knew this was going to be. So I asked how much the Sandals Resort was. She said $5,600. She went on about how much it could cement the union and how Jim needed a break from work, and again, we could afford it. I had an out-of-body experience. I laughed like a hyena, hysterical laughing while she remained silent on the phone. Realized that she was serious. I told her absolutely not. We would not be funding the entire honeymoon. Heck, my hubby and I never had a honeymoon like that. She proceeds to cry and say I was going to ruin her vision for her wedding. Didn't care about her and hung up. I told my husband later for him to call his brother and tell him what the fuck. He just said Kathy was planning everything, so he didn't know what was going on. The day before the wedding was a nightmare as well. The day of my kids ended up getting chiggers?
The fuck is that?
From being out in the random woods. She yelled at those that didn't contribute to her honeymoon fund, and her sister ate 26 of the 45 cupcakes for the reception. On the cherry on top, her photographer lost her wedding photos. Ha. Jesus Christ.
Ew.
What the hell? How the hell could you eat?
Because it's a child.
Cupcakes?
Because it was a child. Her kid sister. A child ate. Yeah, I can see a child eating 26 cupcakes
and her kid
and then
sister-
having a stomach ache and throwing up, but still consuming all 26.
Well, my kid sister, like, I technically am referred to as my sister.
No, they said that bitch was immature and they needed her to wait to get married to their son. So I'm assuming her kid sister means like actual child.
I'm assuming younger sister.
Now, I don't think a
Christ.
young adult eats 26 cupcakes in the sitting, but I can see a child eating 26 cupcakes in the sitting.
So this is partly you, like, logicking this out and also hoping that there is not a 18-year-old person that's just smashing 26 cupcakes.
Who, over the age of 18, doesn't get that feeling in their stomach after they've eaten 4 of them bitches? It's like, hey,
I gotta stop.
this is not how
I
your
would
body
feel like
should
I
feel.
needed to stop after, like, 2.
Yeah, but I'm giving you an extra 2 just in case you got one of
It's
the
just like
titanium
the third
stomachs.
is just kind of like, I really shouldn't have did that third cupcake.
Yeah, and now you're doing another, and then you're gonna go eat,
I feel
Another-
like
and you eat 22 more on that. Imagine that. No,
I'm gonna have space inside my stomach.
no adult does, but know who
No,
does?
anyone does.
No, kids
unless you
do.
got the metabolism of a fucking Ferrari.
With your children, because they will be eating it and burning it off all at the same time and having no problem, and then they will be sick. My stomach hurts. Why? I ate 26 cupcakes.
I hate
You
the
did what?
cupcakes. With that blue shit around their mouth.
Yeah.
Looking at you all goofy.
You need to throw up.
They not telling the truth either. I only ate 2.
I ate two. You ate the whole pan, Jimmy.
None of them are telling the truth.
Oh, I hate y'all. Badass kids. Yeah, no, that's what kids do.
Yeah, but, I mean, the kid is probably like, why are you doing a jog so I can eat more cupcakes?
What time are we at?
I don't know.
We can.
Oh. Well, we want to call it.
Oh yeah, no, I want to talk about this. My wife came out this month, and I feel like I'm not allowed to be mad. My wife came out. She was in the fitting. Stop moving it. I got this. She was in the fitting room, beginning June, and all. Her dad recently passed. He was infamously homophobic, so much so he disowned my wife's brother for being gay. We have been together for 24 years. I'll read that again. We have been together for 24 years. We started dating at 20 and married at 25. We're now 44 and 43. We had a family, 3 children, 16 to 10. Their lives are about to be torn apart thanks to a divorce. As I said, we started dating when I was 19. She was 20. I gave her my entire youth. While my friends were out partying with other women and experiencing their 20s, I was with my girlfriend. While my friends had finally made it out of college and started working their lives alone, expendable income, I was married. When my friends were in their late 20s, early 30s, I was with my wife and our baby. All do this was worth. That's not a correct way to write that. All of this was worth it, however. I loved my wife and was willing to give up those things to be with her. The sacrifice was worth it. She didn't though. What I thought was 2 decades of bliss was agony for her. Forcing herself to be okay with sex with me. We only made love once or twice every few weeks. I drove myself crazy trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. It's just that she didn't want me. I'm mad. I'm furious with her and hateful towards her. Good. I get it. She was so far into this lie that it was difficult to find a way out. However, she still lied. She lied to me for nearly a quarter of a century. I built my life with someone who I thought wanted to be with me on a lie she fed me. I gave over half of my entire life. I gave her my entire everything, and she didn't even want it. And now she expects me to understand. She wants me to be supporting and not see her as a villain in this. I can't. What she has done is villainous. What she has done is worse than cheating. This is heartbreaking, and I can't help but hate her. But I can't. I have to keep a unified love front for my kids so they can still view my mother, their mother, with love and not as a villain that she has been to me. I just hate this and her. Yeah, you should. Because fuck her. You have every right to be mad. And you should get a therapist.
You need a therapist.
And you shouldn't help her with shit. Period. Nothing. Not a thing. I don't care that you're a lesbian. I care that you took 25 years of my life.
I have more so of a problem of you decided to draft me in this lie, never really informed me that this was a lie. And, like, it's more so that, you know how, I don't know why it fucks with me. Like, the thing that would fuck with me so much is just like, all right, I was trying to figure out, like, what the hell I was doing wrong when it came to sex. And you were just disgusted with me. You didn't want to be here, and you just forced yourself to go through it, like eating Brussels sprouts when you were a kid, and you were just kind of forced to do it. It's just like, I was Brussels sprouts. I was an unfortunate thing that you just had to deal with.
That's crazy and psychologically damaging, and the fact that, you know, she gets to use the whole "you should support me" thing throughout my. Well,
it's just like,
this is a lot. This is a lot for him to process.
I would have supported you when we were 19,
Right.
and you broke up with me.
You could have said it 5 years until you could have said it day one, actually. But if you're terrified to come out, okay.
Well, I mean, I understand you have a terribly homophobic father that disowns people, just be like, bah, 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 bah.
Didn't he die?
Yeah,
My
it
question
happened
is,
after he died.
did the brother end up so fucked up by being disowned?
Right.
Motherfuckers act like being disowned is like
It's
this
the worst
world-shattering thing. You took my life from me because you were afraid to acknowledge something with somebody else.
It don't sound like dude was that great of a person to begin with. If you gonna disown your kids over something like this,
Right.
it's just like you weren't down for it regardless. It's just like,
Then that shit was really internalized for homegirl.
That shit's crazy.
Crazy.
I had such a big fucking issue with that.
it's just like, and I'm not. I feel like I'm not. It feels. I feel like he is failing to articulate why he is angry.
No, he did a pretty good job.
You
Well,
took
no, I'm
so
talking
much
about
from
to
me.
like people ad nauseum. Because if I was talking to people, it's just like, are you angry that she's gay? No, I'm not upset that she's gay. I don't really care that she's gay. I am more irritated that 25 years of my life is flushed down the toilet.
It meant nothing.
It's just like
I thought we was
you
building a
never loved
foundation.
me.
We was going to move into like our older golden years with this. Like, I've only been focused on you.
Every
And for
single
you,
thing I did, every motivation. It was I was planting things in a salted field.
yeah, like there was
Nothing
never
was
anything
ever
gonna
gonna
grow.
come
Yeah,
from
no, we could never. Like, you were just waiting for this nigga to die, to leave
You were
me.
waiting for this motherfucker to croak. And for all intents and purposes, you were like, you could have probably been fine once you were 25. Just tell him and be like, well, you gonna disown me now? 25, I'm off on my own feet. You're ultimately not a good person, and like you're causing me to repress the things that I am. But no, I'm sitting here, married, looking at you, and it's like now I'm 45 with very little prospects. I have 3 kids. And I have to make sure these kids don't feel as torn apart as I am.
Time for an open marriage. Cause are you really? I don't know if you're gonna get divorced at 44. You can.
Yeah, I am.
Fuck off.
I'm not staying with you. You gotta
I
go.
don't want to
Yeah.
look at you.
You lied to me this entire time. I hate you.
Go find somebody named Helen
I
that
felt
wears
him when he
jeans
said, "I
everywhere.
hate you." I can't forget. I can't love you. I hate you. Hate. Big H.
I need them to wear like those like straight slacks I need your life partner to wear like straight slacks everywhere, a button up, and me to be confused. It's just like functionally, why are you any different from just dating a dude? I don't know. That's always the more vexing thing. Like, I don't understand why like gay women go for the young and May types who just appear to just be dudes. It's just like, why are you attracted to someone who's literally aping off of being a dude? This makes no sense to me. If you're attracted to women, be attracted to women. But I don't know. I guess to each their own.
That's all I choose. Unless you married to me for 25 years.
It's just
And
like,
then,
it doesn't really
like,
need
the
to
things
make
that I
sense
want
to
to
me.
say can't be said.
Well, That's been another episode of Conscious Reconstruction, AITA 9.
1,000.
He can finally make that joke.
It's finally over 9,000. It is.
All right, guys. We love you. Like, comment, and subscribbles. We'll see you later.